Hello everyone, in this video we'll be discuss about Laravel views. We all know that Laravel is a MVC framework, right? And in MVC, V stands for views. In MVC architecture, view is a representation layer for the user to interact with our application. If I say it more easily, if I go to my browser in my project, you can say all the pages you will see on the Laravel application called views, right? And currently I am viewing the root page, and you can see here is a default page from Laravel. So this is called a view page. Now let's open our code editor. From here you can find a folder, resource, open it. Then here you can find another folder, views. Remember, we will work with views, so all the views file will go in views folder. You can see here is a file called welcome.blade.php, right? And here is some HTML codes. Now the page you are seeing here at the default Laravel page is basically this welcome.blade.php. Like here you can see Laravel has wonderful, and same as here, right? So basically this is a Laravel view file. Now if you notice that the file naming convention welcome.blade.php, now you can ask why blade.php. Now Blade is a templating engine in Laravel. It provides you some great feature that you can use in your HTML code. Like here you can see here is some accurate if, auth. You can use conditions in your HTML easily, and there are many directives, helper directives to help you to work with more efficiently. You don't have to write it like we typically do in PHPs, right? You can just use accurate and then some PHP stuff on your HTML code easily. So just remember, the all files we will create in views will go like this: your file name, then blade, then PHP, right? Now if I go to the web.php, you can see here is a route, our root route, and it's returning a view welcome. This file is this welcome.blade.php. If you see here, we just write welcome, not welcome.blade.php. Basically you don't need to write it. If you just put your file name, Laravel is smart enough to understand what file you are calling for. Now let's create our own views. Like we previously created these two routes, right? In those videos we are just returning a string. So in this video we will create some views for them and return the view instead of string, right? So let's go to our view folder. Then we will create a file called about.blade.php. So remember, you always put blade.php at the end, not only PHP, okay? So let's copy that string, HTML string, and cut it and paste it here, okay? Let's go to route again. And now, for instead of returning the string, we'll return that view file we just created. How? We will call a function called view. Then inside it we will pass the name of the file. My file name is about. So about, right? We don't need to put blade.php at the end, as I said. Just the file name will do the work. Now if I go to my application, refresh, then just say about and enter, you can see we are in the about page. That means our code is working. Now if I go to the view file again and change something like This is the about page. Then go again in the page. You can see we are getting the changes, right? We just create a view page, right? Let's do it again in our contact. Same, I'll cut the string. In views, I will create another file called contact.blade.php. Paste it here. Let's go to the web, and again, instead of returning the string, we'll return a view, right? So let's call the function view, then we'll put our name contact. This is our view name, right? In here. Now let's go to the contact, enter, and you can see we are in right now in the contact page. Now you can also create nested files in views, like if I create a folder called about, right, and move this about.blade in this about folder, move. Let's change the name. I'll give the name index.blade.php. Now let's go to the web and change it to our about view name to index, because we just changed it. Now if I go to the about, we'll get an error because it's saying view index not found, because our view is inside a folder, right? In previously it was in the outside of the folder at the views folder. Now it is inside about folder. So Laravel isn't detecting this file. So how can we fix that? You just have to put your folder name, about, and dot. You can see I underlined from our Laravel extensions, and that means our views is linked right now. Now let me recap it again. If my view is inside a folder like this, in views, I have a about folder. Inside that, I have index.blade.php, and I want to return this view from my route action, right? So how can I access it? I can access it like this, inside view, about dot index. About is my folder name, right? Inside that folder, I have index.blade.php, and I am accessing the index like dot index. And we know that we don't have to put blade.php at the end. Okay. If there is another folder like about, then xyz folder, inside I had the index.blade.php, then I can just say like this xyz dot index, right? I think that's it for basic introduction of Laravel views. See you at the next